Hello. So we did chapter 25 last time, and that looked at the death of Abraham. Abraham had remarried and had further children. We looked at the descendants of Ishmael and then Isaac's children. He had twins, Esau and Jacob, with his wife Rebecca. Bit of an interesting story there. A few parallels with Isaac's story actually, because Abraham had Ishmael first, and then Isaac was born a bit later on with Sarah. And Ishmael ended up being cast out, and Isaac received everything from Abraham. So the parallels there are that he's had two children, Esau and Jacob. Esau was born first. They're twins, so it's like seconds between them. But Esau was born first. He was a skillful hunter, and Jacob was born second. He was a quiet man, liked to dwell in tents, did a lot of cooking and things. But Esau's the eldest, and Isaac was very fond of him, whereas Rebecca loved Jacob. And Esau's coming from hunting, he's starving, and Jacob wouldn't feed him unless he gave up his birthright. So again, kind of like the Ishmael and Isaac, Ishmael being cast out, we've got a similar thing here where Esau's given up his birthright, Jacob's going to be the main man moving forward. So we'll see what comes of that. There isn't really too much more to add. I've had a look through the study text of the Bible, but there isn't really, it's just explaining certain words, but I felt they were pretty much self-explanatory, really. But, right, well, we'll go into chapter 26. I apologise, I'm a little bit tired. I had kids up at the crack of dawn this morning. So, chapter 26, Isaac and Abimilech. Now there was a famine in the land, besides the former famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went to Gerar, to Abimilech, king of the Philistines. And the Lord appeared to him and said, Do not go down to Egypt. Dwell in the land of which I shall tell you. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with you, and will bless you. For to you and to your descendants I will give all these lands, and I will fulfill the oath which I swore to Abraham your father. I will multiply your descendants as the stars of heaven, and will give to your descendants all these lands. And by your descendants all the nations of the earth shall bless themselves. Because Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. So Isaac dwelt in Gerar. When the men of the place asked him about his wife, he said, She is my sister, for he feared to say my wife, thinking lest the men of the place should kill me for the sake of Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. When he had been there a long time, Abimilech, king of the Philistines, looked out of a window, and saw Isaac fondling Rebekah his wife. So Abimilech called Isaac and said, Behold, she is your wife. How then could you say, She is my sister? Isaac said to him, Because I thought, lest I die because of her. Abimilech said, What is this you have done to us? One of the people might easily have lain with your wife, and you would have brought guilt upon us. So Abimilech warned all the people, saying, Whoever touches this man or his wife shall be put to death. And Isaac sowed in that land, and reaped in the same year 100-fold. The Lord blessed him, and the man became rich and gained more and more until he became very wealthy. He had possessions of flocks and herds, and a great household, so that the Philistines envied him. Now the Philistines had stopped and filled with earth all the wells which his father's servants had dug in the days of Abraham his father. And Abimilech said to Isaac, Go away from us, for you are much mightier than we. So Isaac departed from there, and encamped in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. And Isaac dug again the wells of water which had been dug in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham. And he gave them the names which his father had given them. But when Isaac's servants dug in the valley, and found there a well of springing water, the herdsmen of Gerar quarrelled with Isaac's herdsmen, saying, The water is ours. So he called the name of the well Esek, because they contended with him. Then they dug another well, and they quarrelled over that also. So he called its name Sitnah. And he moved from there and dug another well, and over that they did not quarrel. So he called its name Rehoboth, saying, For now the Lord has made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. From there he went up to Beersheba, and the Lord appeared to him the same night, and said, I am the God of Abraham your father. Fear not, for I am with you, and will bless you, and multiply your descendants for my servant Abraham's sake." So he built an altar there and called upon the name of the Lord and pitched his tent there, and there Isaac's servants dug a well. Then Abimilech went to him from Gerar with Ahuzath his adviser and Phicol the commander of his army. Isaac said to them, "Why have you come to me, seeing that you hate me and have sent me away from you?" They said, "We see plainly that the Lord is with you. So we say, let there be an oath between you and us, and let us make a covenant with you, that you will do us no harm, just as we have not touched you, and have done to you nothing but good, and have sent you away in peace. You are now the blessed of the Lord." So he made them a feast, and they ate and drank. In the morning they rose early and took oath with one another. And Isaac set them on their way, and they departed from him in peace. That same day Isaac's servants came and told him about the well which they had dug, and said to him, "We have found water." He called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba to this day. When Esau was 40 years old, he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Basemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and they made life bitter for Isaac and Rebekah. Ooh, troubles afoot. So, yeah, just really as a summary of that, Isaac was going to travel, due to a famine, was going to travel to, he went to Gerar, he was going to travel over that way, and ended up doing a similar thing to what his dad had done, and told him that his wife was his sister. So it must be a common thing then, really, that you go to a place and they try and take your wife, or they kill you to get your partner if they're good looking. I think that's what they must be worried about. So he was concerned about that. He wanted to go in there as a single man and her as a single woman, and but then got caught, so they couldn't be separated. But then they've been sent on their way because they've ended up, it looks like they were living a more lavish lifestyle than the Philistines, and everyone was getting a bit upset with that. So he ended up leaving there, and they were digging wells. Abimelekh's people were getting upset and saying that the water was theirs. But as time's gone on, they've realised that God's on his side, and they've come to make friends with him. So there we go. But that's what was happening with Isaac. Of course, Isaac's children, Esau and Jacob. We've not heard much of Jacob, but Esau is the one that was cast out of the, he gave up his birthright for some food, if we're taking it simply. But then Esau's now got with two ladies, and it looks like they're causing a bit of trouble. So I'll read through the study text and see what I can gain from that. But that's it. Till next time.